Live now to Guatemala, we go to Louisa Reynolds, correspondent for the Costa Rican newspaper Tica Times, who has been at today's demonstrations. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. What's happening there now? Has the protest there ended? What's the mood there?
Well, I have actually just come back from the protest. I was there an hour ago, and despite the heavy rain, it was still going strong. There was thousands of people in Guatemala City's central square singing the national anthem, shouting for Otto Pérez Molina to resign, and I believe it will still go on for a fair number of hours, possibly beyond midnight. There was over 100 businesses today and over 400 schools that decided to close, despite the fact that the private sector lobby, CACIF, officially refused to join the boycott at the strike today. But even so, hundreds of small and medium-sized businesses, and even a number of large businesses like fast food chains, even McDonald's was closed for the day.
Talk to me a little bit more about the role social movements are playing in challenging Pérez Molina's government.
Well, there's been a number of peasant movements, social movements, groups of students who have been actively protesting against Pérez Molina's administration. Yesterday, there was armed clashes with the police in the municipality of Cuyotenango in the southeastern department of Suchitepeques. And I believe there was a number of people who were injured there. Although this started as very much of an urban protest movement, it has spread to rural areas as well.
And what's sort of the latest on legally and constitutionally there? What could be the next steps in the possible impeachment process against the president?
Well, it's all in the hands of Congress now, and I think that pressure from civil society is going to be crucial, because the proceeding that needs to be followed for Pérez Molina to be impeached is that a 5-member commission needs to be elected in Congress. That commission needs to analyze the arguments in favor of impeaching Pérez Molina, and then Congress as a whole needs to vote on that. A previous attempt to impeach Pérez Molina was already made at the request of Congressman Amilcar Pop from the indigenous WINAC party. But unfortunately, although the arguments were very strong, that impeachment procedure didn't go ahead because there's a covert agreement between the main opposition party, which is led by Manuel Valdizón, and the official Partido Patriota, which is Otto Pérez Molina's party. And let's remember that the leader party, which is leading the polls at the moment, has been involved in its own scandal. Its vice presidential candidate was revealed to have taken part in a huge money laundering operation as part of a separate investigation carried out by the UN-supported International Commission Against Impunity in Guatemala, CICIG. So unfortunately, there's that situation in Congress, which could be difficult. So it's a crucial moment, I think, where the amount of pressure that civil society can exert, if this protest movement continues, if these strikes continue to be called, then I think that will be crucial in terms of securing the impeachment of Pérez Molina.
Louisa Reynolds, she's a correspondent for the Costa Rican newspaper, the Tica Times, there in Guatemala. Thanks so much for joining us this evening.
You're very welcome.